Hello everybody, Dan Babis here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé here on the channel. Alright guys, so let's get into it. Today we have another story for you about Mike Burke and Ximena Morales. And once again, we have another update about this couple for you guys. Lots and lots of information is coming out about Mike and Ximena. Of course, we know that they are donezo, they are Splitsville, they are broken up. Ximena Morales now has a new boyfriend, and in the last video we did about them, we saw that his identity is Josh, and he is either Canadian or American. It's still not 100% clear. When we do get more information, we will of course do a video to update you guys about that. But regardless of that, Ximena is very much, or at least she pretends to be very much in love with her new hunk of a boyfriend, Josh. Meanwhile, Mike, you know, he is heartbroken, I guess, or is he? Because there's news that Mike was actually seen filming for TLC, for I'm guessing 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know what other show he will be on. He was seen filming in upstate New York with another woman who is not Ximena. Now, is this another love interest? Or is this somebody that, you know, is perhaps a part of his life? So let's go and let's take a look at this piece right here. And we also have some other news because Ximena, she scribbled out, she had a tattoo of Mike. She scribbled that out. And so we'll talk about that right after we take a look at this piece. So this is on Showbiz Cheat Sheet. And let's just take a look here. So it says 90 Day stars Mike and Ximena may have broken up after fans spot Mike filming with another woman. Whether they're together or broken up, Mike will be back for another 90 Day Fiancé season. So there you have it. Mike will be back on the show. And of course, we already speculated that Mike would be back on the show regardless, even before we got this news. Ximena and Mike's journey on 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. So far, on 90 Day Fiancé Season 5 of Before the 90 Days, Mike, a fireman from Thiels, New York, traveled to meet his longtime girlfriend Ximena for the first time. He visited her hometown of Pereira, Colombia, where he met Ximena, her two sons, and also her entire family, including her dad, who was not really crazy about Mike at first, but eventually he gave, you know, Ximena's hand to Mike, even though he wasn't sure. Mike had to prove himself, kind of, even though Ximena, you know, was involved with criminals and other very sketchy people, but Mike was the one that had to prove himself. All right, let's take a look here. So despite many red flags in the relationship, Mike decided to ask Ximena to be his wife on the final day of his first trip to Colombia. She agreed, and the next day Mike was back in New York. During the 2 months that he spent apart from her, Ximena began acting differently, and you guys saw it in the last video. She was cold, she was distant, she was even mad, I guess I could say, that Mike was back before he was supposed to be back. She was really not excited, like, whatsoever that he was back. On the February 20th episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Mike made his second trip to Colombia to visit Ximena. When he arrived, Ximena was frustrated that he came, and she had to cancel her breast augmentation surgery. That's when Mike realizes that Ximena is no longer making him a priority. Yeah, Mike, I think I could have told you that. Mike is filming with another woman for TLC. So just a few days before this episode aired on February 18th, a fan spotted Mike dining with another woman. And the restaurant, the Copper Still, posted the photos online. In the photo, Mike is sitting in a booth across from a woman who is not Ximena. The post reads, filming 90 Day Fiancé. Will Frankie end up on TV? We shall see. And here is the photo right here, guys. And I'm just going to go to that Reddit post. And I don't know if you guys can see this. The pictures are not super clear. Okay, but you could see that whoops, sorry about that. Let me go back. They're not super clear, but you could see that Mike is sitting at a table. That's Mike for sure. You could tell, you know, the bald head. You could just tell by the back that that's Mike. And he is sitting on the other hand, on the other side is a woman that has curly hair. And I believe that we've seen this woman. This is not the first time that we've seen this woman, I believe. So there you have it, Mike and a woman filming for 90 Day Fiancé. So this was, like I said, they were spotted on February 18th. So the likelihood of this scene coming on this season of Before the 90 Days is not very high because production has to edit those scenes, package them, and then put them out on TV. You guys know from the Alina controversy on the season of Before the 90 Days, you know that production was scrambling to take Alina off once they found out all of her history, all of her racially charged baggage, I guess we can say, you know, her using the N-word, her making other derogatory statements about other ethnicities, and production was scrambling to take them off, her and Caleb, and it took them a few weeks to actually end that storyline because they had already edited the footage, and then they had to scramble to re-edit it and then repackage the show because they still have to fill up that 2-hour slot that we get on each Sunday at 8 p.m. So it's not as easy as just filming a few scenes and putting it on TV. It takes some time to edit all of that. So the likelihood of this scene right here being on TV, I would say, is not very high, at least on the season. So it's likely coming on a new season of, 90 Day Fiancé. Whether it's before the 90 days or not, we don't know. Let's take a look at what else it says here. The photo shows TLC cameras filming Mike and at the New York City restaurant. One fan theorized, I wonder if that camera means he's on the next season of The Single Life. So who is Mike with in the photo? 90 Day Fiancé quickly pointed out that the woman with Mike was actually someone who had already appeared on the show. It was his best friend John's wife, Nelsie, from episode 2 of 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days. What do you guys think? I think that's her. Although I'm not 100%, but I do think that's her. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think, whether it's Nelsie or not. Fans recall seeing Nelsie and John help Mike out when he went toy shopping for Ximena's sons before his first trip to Colombia. Mike and John have been friends for over 10 years, and so naturally he was concerned about Mike possibly being scammed by Ximena. Both John and Nelsie expressed their concern about the validity of Ximena's intentions before he left. Now, this is the thing that I want to know about this. If it is indeed Nelsie, then why would she be there by herself without John talking to Mike? It's, I don't know. There might be a good reason for that, but I would expect that her husband would be there while she's talking to Mike. Just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think, if this is the same girl that we already saw on the season of Before the 90 Days in the comment section down below. We also have some other news, guys, and I'm going to get to it right now. And this is interesting because, in the last few days, we saw Mike post a picture of himself and Ximena before the February 20th episode aired, where he was trying to make it look like, oh, they're happy and whatnot, even though we know what's going on. We know that they are broken up and, things have really devolved for them. And this right here is Ximena. Let me just take myself off right here. And on the right, this comes from John Yates' Instagram account. So nice catch by John Yates right here. So on the right, so there's two pictures. On the right, you see Ximena with a new tattoo. So it looks like it's a flower tattoo. And you can see that. And on the left, this is her old tattoo, which actually looks like she wrote that with a pen on her wrist, but it says Mike. So this is Mike is the before, the new. Is it a flower? I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me take a closer look here. I'm not sure if it's a flower. I can't exactly tell what it is, but anyways, it's not Mike, that's for sure. So she did this tattoo over the Mike tattoo that she had. So there you have it. If you thought that there was still a chance for these two, I'm not sure that I think they're donezo completely broken up. Also, don't forget that Ximena did say in one of the posts, I forget which one, that there was a part of Mike that we don't know and that we have yet to meet, and she was hinting that she was going to expose Mike at some point down the line. Now, she hasn't done so yet. And my theory, and I think it's a good theory, is that because that will be breaking her NDA. She can't go up Operation Scorched Earth just yet. She has to wait until the end of the season. We have to see the tell, right? All of this drama, it has to culminate into a juicy tell-all. That's what TLC wants. They want all of this drama to be on full display at the tell-all. So they don't want Ximena exposing whatever she's going to expose about Mike. In my opinion, it's not going to be all that much. He's farting. He's not very clean. And, things that we already know. I don't know what else she could be exposing about him. But I guess we'll find out. I mean, she said that she's going to drop a major bomb. In other words, really. But like I said, TLC wants to keep that for the tell-all, just to add to the drama and so that we can all see what's going on. So there you have it, guys. The latest update on Mike and Ximena and what's going on with these two. So I would say that the tattoo, you know, being scribbled off or being tattooed over, I would say that that is the final nail in the coffin of this relationship. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more 90 Day Fiancé content. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.